Kublai Khan would not be denied. Months later, in 1275, and then again in 1279, he sent further delegations to demand Japanese subservience. These delegations were received less courteously. The unfortunate envoys were beheaded. Kublai Khan now proceeded to build an even larger fleet. In early summer of 1281, thousands of ships and over 100,000 men sailed eastward, bent on conquering Japan. Two separate fleets were assembled for the attack. The smaller would depart from Korea, and the larger from southern China. The Mongol Empire was the superpower of the day, and their massive invasions of Japan would not be matched in size and scope until the Normandy invasion of 1944. The Japanese were ready. They had constructed a defensive wall around Hakata Bay, which prevented the Mongols from sweeping across the beaches and invading further inland. The smaller of the two Mongol fleets arrived first, engaging in fierce battle along the shore. Small Japanese boats harried the larger enemy ships in what came to be known as mosquito raids. Some of the diminutive craft were able to set fire to the larger Mongol warships. In response to the successful naval tactics of the Japanese, the invaders chained their vessels together in the hopes of warding off the raiders. Weeks of savage combat ensued. By this time, the second and larger of the two fleets had finally arrived in nearby waters, and the great Mongol armada prepared to attack Takashima Island. It was now late summer, and the Japanese beseeched their gods for help. The legend tells us that the gods heard their prayers. A terrifying typhoon struck the Takashima area, reportedly sinking 4,000 Mongol ships and bringing death to more than half their force. For the second time, the gods had unleashed the kamikaze upon the enemies of Japan, ending the threat of Kublai Khan conquering the island nation. Nearly 7 centuries later, inspired by the ancient victory, thousands of young men would attempt to conjure up the kamikaze once more, sacrificing their lives against a new and deadly enemy of Japan.